Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Raid YouTube channel. I'm here with a friend of mine from a football group that we both on, Nabil, who is a huge football fan. And we're exploring a different concept here today because I'm planning on starting a series called Indians Pick the Ultimate 11. Now, the way this is going to work is me and Nabil, we are going to be choosing the ultimate 11 for his favorite team here today, which is Real Madrid Football Club. I am at a bit of a disadvantage because I am not a Real Madrid fan, but that's the whole point. It's to basically test my footballing knowledge and the footballing knowledge of Nabil in this video. It's a pretty simple idea. The way it's going to work is we're going to start off by picking up our formations, and once we have chosen our formations, since Nabil is the host, since Nabil is the guest, he will get the first pick of this ultimate selection. We can pick anyone from any time in history, in Real Madrid's history, and basically at the end of it all, we'll review our 2 11s, maybe put in an argument or two as to why our team is better than the other. And after that, we'll leave it up to you guys in the comment section to decide who has the better all-time / ultimate Real Madrid 11. So let's start things off with asking Nabil, what is the formation you're going to be picking for today?
So for today, although Real Madrid, I think traditionally they have played a lot of 4-3-3, I will be going for a 4-3 and then a 1-2 with two strikers playing just in front of one attacking midfielder, like an attacking midfielder.
Okay, so I think we had really similar mindsets here because heading into this video, I decided I was going to go with a 4-1-2-1-2 as well, with two central midfielders instead of two wingers. I think maybe we had the same idea because given the plethora of incredible midfielders Real Madrid have had over the years, it's a pretty easy position to pick for. But yeah, this makes things a whole lot more interesting and fun as well because now we can quite literally battle it out in each position. So yeah, like I said, you're the guest here. What is the first position you're going to be picking?
The first position I'm going to be picking is the goalkeeper. We're going to start from all the way back. And there's only one person that comes to mind that I don't think it'll be a surprise for anyone. It has to be Iker Casillas. The all-time great, made one of the most appearances for Real Madrid. Legend of a club, played for God knows how many years, so many trophies. And even while growing up, because I play the position for goalkeeper when we play football, a position that no one wants to play. Let's be clear on that. And the reason for that was because of watching Iker Casillas and just seeing him on the pitch making all those great saves and everything, and being like an ambassador of the club. I mean, he is like a sort of a hero for me. So for me, I'm gonna start with the goalkeeper, and it has to be Iker Casillas, absolutely, no doubt.
So Iker Casillas is Nabil's first pick. I mean, the greatest Real Madrid keeper and Spanish keeper of all time. I'm not really spoiled for choice with my keeper selections here. I could go with the guy who took over from Casillas, Keylor Navas, but I think I will stick with the guy they signed from Chelsea and has won, I think, 3 Champions Leagues or 2 Champions Leagues with them. Thibaut Courtois, 2 Champions Leagues. Thibaut Courtois, probably the second best keeper in my limited knowledge of Real Madrid. So yeah, Thibaut Courtois is my pick. Now I have the next choice. And like I said, midfield, we're spoiled for choice. The same goes for attack. I'm going to stick with defense and I'm going to go with a right back because I know right back is not exactly, at least from what I know, is not exactly a really strong position for Real Madrid. And that's why I'm going to go with Dani Carvajal. I think he's probably the greatest Spanish right back of all time. And a guy who really fits that position well. Great defensively, great on the attack. Has won so many trophies with Real Madrid and recently was a Euro 2024 winner. So I don't think there's any better choice for right back when you think of Real Madrid other than Dani Carvajal. So yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely great pick, Dani Carvajal, absolute legend of the club again. One of the best right backs that we have. But I would go for someone who obviously when my memory goes as back as Dani Carvajal because he's been there at the club for so long. But I would go for a player that I wish I saw playing, and it'll be Michel Salgado. So he was also like I think before Dani Carvajal, he was our main right back. Played for Real Madrid, I think, for 6 years, 2 Champions League trophies, and he was a fan favorite amongst the club. Especially because he had these great duels with Barcelona wingers. Ronaldinho, for one example, had great duels with him. And although he wasn't very quick, very fast, he was defensively he was solid. He was there. He was like a rock over there. A nightmare for your wingers, really. So at my right back, I would go for Michel Salgado.
I mean, Michel Salgado is pretty great pick as well. I only remember him when he was playing for Blackburn. But yeah, Real Madrid, great, no doubt. So that's the right back position done. You've got the next pick now. Which position are you going with?
I will go for left back. And left back again. I don't think I had too much difficulty picking. I have to go with Roberto Carlos. I don't think we. I mean, again, Roberto Carlos. He was just phenomenal on the left hand side, just running up and down the wing. Kind of like fullbacks that we see today, but just a much more better version of it, really. And just not even that. Even your set pieces, free kicks, and corners and everything. He was pinpoint accurate. So yeah, for left back, it has to be Roberto Carlos for me, really.
Roberto Carlos. I actually thought you'd go with the other Brazilian, who I have the liberty to pick now. So I mean, I'm gonna go with Marcelo. I don't think there's much to say. He is in the conversation for the greatest left back of all time. So I don't really think you can go wrong with either of the choices we made. Roberto Carlos, great player. Marcelo, great player. I think at the end of the day, it'll be up to the comment section to decide. But yeah, Marcelo is my left back. I think we'll take a step away from defense right now. I need to take a big player that I know will guarantee me a win here, which is why I'm going up top at striker. And you can't go wrong with one of the GOATs, Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm taking Cristiano Ronaldo as one of my strikers in this 4-1-2-1-2 formation. I don't think there's anything to be said. I mean, I think he's the top scorer of all time for Real Madrid. Has won several Champions Leagues, several Golden Boots, won the Euros with Portugal. A top talent. The only comparable player in the world is obviously Lionel Messi. And yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, my pick for striker. You get the next striker pick. So what are you going with?
Well, I am going for a player that is probably considered, if not the greatest player then one of the greatest players that has ever played for the club. And some of your hardcore Madrid fans still might argue that he's better than Cristiano. And I would be going for Alfredo Di Stefano. Now again, this is a guy that played way back before our times, so we never really watched him, but the stories that we've heard about him, they're just amazing. To start off with, Alfredo Di Stefano pretty much played every position that was required, not just a striker. He would play your midfield, he would play defensive midfield, hell, he would even play a center back if you wanted him to. So that was one thing with him. Led Real Madrid to 5 Champions Leagues, scored in all the 5 finals, so we know he's a crunch player, just like Cristiano is. And his goal ratio, again, is only second to Cristiano Ronaldo at the club.
So Alfredo Di Stefano, I think he played for both Argentina and Spain, the national team, which is something unheard of in this day and age. But yeah, so Alfredo Di Stefano is your pick at the striker spot. You get the next pick in terms of position. Where are you going?
I'm going to pick my second striker. So we're going to stick in attack. And I'm going to go for Raul. Again, club legend, homegrown talent, captain Real Madrid, loads and loads of Champions League titles, goals, you name it, he has it. Brilliant striker, played for so many years. So yeah, I would be going for Raul as my second striker. So not a bad up front too, just Stefano and Raul.
Yeah, Raul is also, I mean, again, one of the greatest Spanish players of all time. Up there in terms of striking capability with the likes of David Villa and Fernando Torres. May even be better than them. It's a debate. But yeah, so that lands me on the other striker position. And I have a pick of 2 Ballon d'Or winners here. I could go with the more recent one, which is Karim Benzema, but I like the idea of pairing the two Ronaldos together, which is why I'm going to go with CR7 on one side and Ronaldo Fenomeno on the other. I think that's a deadly combination at striker. And yeah, there's not much to be said. One of the greatest strikers, both for club and country, held the record for most World Cup goals until Miroslav Klose broke it a while back. But yeah, Ronaldo Fenomeno and Cristiano Ronaldo up top for me. I don't think it can get better than that. But like I said, anything is up for debate here. Anybody can win this. So yeah, now we move on to another position. I'm trying to think which one I'd go for, and I think it would be best for me to go with the defensive midfield right now. Again, that's one of those positions like right back that doesn't really have that many core players, at least in my memory for Real Madrid. There are two I can think of, but I'll go for the one who's actually playing for my favorite club right now, which is Manchester United. And obviously, my defensive midfield selection will be Casemiro, another Brazilian great. I've got like three Brazilians on my team right now. But I mean, Casemiro, what a defensive monster. For a couple of years, I think Real Madrid's defense was was solid because of Casemiro's presence, and for a while after he left, they did look a little shaky at the back without him. But yeah, Casemiro, that's my selection at defensive midfield.
Cool. Yeah, I mean Casemiro. I mean he was going to be one of my picks as well. He's a really, really good player. And as I said, for as long as I've been watching, it is mostly Casemiro that I think of when I think of our defensive midfield players. But again, I think because it's Real Madrid and because we're making a playing 11, it's only fair that we sort of try to include more legends that we can. So at the defensive midfielder, I'm gonna put Fernando Redondo. Again, again a very good, very very good defensive midfielder for Real Madrid. I think he also captained us as well. Again, yeah, he was a midfield maestro for us. Not just defensively when it comes to conducting the whole midfield play and everything. So I would go for Fernando Redondo, another Spanish player, for our defensive midfield.
So I'll start off with the attacking midfielder for now. Oh wait, no, you get the next selection. So yeah. So up to you. Which position are you going for?
I'm gonna go for Zinedine Zidane. For my attacking midfielder. Yeah, because I know he can play center midfield as well, but I'm just gonna put him in the attacking midfielder again. What a legend, a magician on the ball, really. When you see Zidane, I mean it's almost like mesmerizing, isn't it? The way he just moves with the ball, running past defenders, making those accurate passes in midfield.
Okay, Zinedine Zidane right there behind Raul and Alfredo Di Stefano sounds absolutely insane. But yeah, I've got to be a bit smart with my selections here now. I've got the central attacking midfield position to select that you've selected now, and I need to be smart with the next two selections as well. So for central attacking midfield, I need a guy who's going to be able to pull off those passes to the two guys up front. Make those nice little smooth passes here and there. Maybe a chip over the defender here and there. A nice little cross. And I don't know how many people will agree with me, but in that cam position, I'm going to go for Mesut Ozil. I just love the way Ozil played. He was one of my favorite attacking midfielders of all time. He could pull off a great shot, but more often than not, his passing was what made him such a threat on the pitch. Some great passes over the years. Although many people will remember his time at Arsenal, there are moments he has had on that Real Madrid team that are nothing short of iconic, which is why he is there and in my attacking midfield position. So I get the next selection now, and I'm immediately going to go for the two central midfielders.
Yes, I knew it.
I need to shore up that midfield right now, and that's just the best option for me here. And while Mesut Ozil can play those quick passes nearby where the attackers are right in front of him, I do want some long ball capability and some ability to shoot from distance, which is why I'm going for Mesut Ozil's German brother and his counterpart from Croatia, Modric and Kroos in my midfield. The most iconic central midfield pairing, probably after Xavi and Iniesta. What a pairing. Kroos and Modric. I mean, it's like peanut butter and jelly. I don't know. It just makes sense no matter what. Just two phenomenal players, and I mean, I don't think I can do any better with these selections.
Wow, that leaves quite a decision for me. Well, obviously, very hard to replicate Modric and Cruz. But obviously, Real Madrid again. So many great midfielders. So for me, um, now I'm gonna pick two midfielders, and I feel like the one of the midfielders that I'm gonna pick might actually shift with Zizou for the center attacking midfield. So I don't know if you can do that.
I'm here for it, man. Whatever you want to do, let's go.
So what I'll do is, so I'm gonna pick Xabi Alonso and Isco, two great midfielders, great Spanish midfielders, and I'm gonna put Isco behind Di Stefano and Raúl, and I'm gonna have Xabi Alonso and Zinedine Zidane controlling my midfield, because obviously, I mean, they are one of the great midfielders, not just for Real Madrid, but for all the clubs that they've played. Xabi Alonso obviously has played abroad as well, not just Real Madrid. So yeah, no, I mean, that would be my midfield three of Xabi Alonso, Redondo, and Zinedine Zidane. That's how I would put it.
So Isco and Xabi Alonso are the ones you selected, and you're moving Zidane back to central midfield with Isco right behind Di Stefano and Raúl. And now basically you have the final selection of this build, and those are the two centre backs. Who are the two you're going for? I can guess what maybe two of the three selections are in your mind right now. So yeah.
So the first selection, I'm gonna put in Sergio Ramos. Now again, I mean, not a lot of people are a fan of Sergio Ramos because he has. He holds a record for most red cards or something like that. I mean, that's ridiculous. The thing is, I always think like Sergio Ramos. Here's a guy who can be very reckless, and get himself sent off and everything. But despite that, when you look at what he's achieved, you're like, oh my god, like how is he, how has he done this, I don't think there's anything left that Sergio Ramos hasn't won. He's a captain on the field, something that I feel like we're still missing today in the club. He was a leader of the club. So I would go for Sergio Ramos. And another one, I feel like, again, this is a guy that I've not seen play, but I just feel like I want to pick him because I've heard so much about him from other Madrid fans, and just I would go for Fernando Herrero. Again, a captain of the club, absolute legend of the club, led us to I think 2 Champions Leagues while captain the club. Again, and similar to Sergio Ramos, he was very good on set pieces as well. Scored over 100 goals. So yeah, I would put the pairing of Sergio Ramos and Fernando Herrero. I think I've got loads of goals from my centre backs as well.
Wow. I mean, Fernando Hierro, I actually didn't have him locked in as one of the players you were going to select. I had Ramos for sure, and I thought it was going to be either a selection of Pepe or Rafael Varane. Yeah. And that kind of makes my life a little easier, but I did have one player in mind that I really wanted to add to my centre-back selections, and I have that rock-solid, aggressive mindset player like Casemiro ahead of these two guys, which is why I think I can be a little safe and select two really silky smooth defenders. Of course, one of them is going to be Rafael Varane, a great player on the ball, knows what to do in defensive situations, and has been one of the most iconic centre backs for Real Madrid in the last decade. So he's definitely locked in there. And the other one I'm going to go for is probably he didn't have much of a great career at Real Madrid, but taking a look at the span of his career overall, he's the last defender to win a Ballon d'Or. And that's why I'm going to go with Fabio Cannavaro in my other centre-back position. Cannavaro, what a classy player, led Italy to a World Cup, had some great moments with Juventus, and even though he was only at Real Madrid for I think 2 to 3 seasons, he was still a huge part of the Real Madrid defense during the Galactico era. So Cannavaro and Rafael Varane are my 2 centre-back selections. A lot of fans I think will be a little peeved about the fact that Pepe is not in there.
Pepe is not there in both of our teams.
Let's. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's up to them to decide how they feel about that. But yeah, let's just go through each of our teams. So in my team, I've got Courtois in goal, Carvajal at right back, Fabio Cannavaro and Rafael Varane at centre back, Marcelo at left back, Casemiro in the CDM position, the duo of Kroos and Modric in the two central midfield positions, Mesut Ozil at central attacking midfield, and the two Ronaldos up front, Cristiano Ronaldo and Ronaldo Fenomeno. Solid team. What about yours? Just lay out the team for us right now.
So I've got Iker Casillas in goal. For my left back, I've got the legend Roberto Carlos. At right back, I've got Michel Salgado. And my centre back pairing is Fernando Herrero and Sergio Ramos. The holding midfielder for me is Fernando Redondo. And then my two midfielders are Xabi Alonso and Zinedine Zidane. My attacking midfielder, the surprise choice, is Isco. and my two front strikers are Alfredo Di Stefano and Raul.
Yeah, thank you, Nabil, for coming on and giving us your thoughts on which players suit this position. It was great chatting with you. I think it was pretty interesting that we both ended up selecting the same formation, and I think we've both created really solid teams. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, don't forget to comment down below who's got the better team. And most importantly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with everyone you know. I'll catch you guys in the next one.